Hello and welcome to this video. Today we are off to Alton Towers to ride lots of rides, hopefully, if the queues are good and the weather's good. But I thought I'd start it in our hotel room, which if you want a bit of a tour then go to my Cadbury World video, which I'll link up here, as I did a quick one there. But I thought I'd start it here while I wait for Pete, just to set out expectations, I guess, for this video. I know I won't be able to film any POVs on the ride. I only have this camera, I don't have any mounts, and I don't think they allow them anyway. This hotel's really weird because you can't turn on the light. Yeah, after a certain amount of time the light in the bathroom turns off, so even if you're in the shower or doing whatever you're doing, you do it in the dark, or someone has to come and make the light turn on again. It's a bit strange. But where was I? Yeah, so I won't be able to show you anything on ride footage, I don't think, but I will do my best to show you where we go, what we think of things, the food we end up eating, all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, it should be a good day. We've just gone down for our cooked breakfast, which may or may not be a good idea before we get flung about on roller coasters, but it's free here at this hotel. We had to put in our order in advance, so we had to say what we wanted for breakfast. This hotel in itself, it was pretty comfortable last night, and the people here are pretty friendly. I don't think it's that far from Alton Towers, so it probably is quite a good option if you're looking for a slightly cheaper accommodation if you're coming up here. But obviously you do need a car because we're not like the hotel, we're not in like walking distance of the parks or anything. So yeah, so I will come back to you once we have made it into the Alton Towers resort. On the side, this hotel has a garden which would be nice to eat like takeaways on if the weather was nice. But I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. But have you seen the size of that fish? It's like a whale. First ride of the day. Oh yeah, definitely. 5-minute wait. And then we go. Just did 13.
That's really good.
Good ride to start with. A lot of unexpected bits for us as we've never been on it and we've never seen it. I liked it a lot.
Straight to that.
Would be happy if we did that again. Yeah. So we're now heading into Rita, which is when it changes, 20-minute wait. What's the time?
Seems quite far back, I reckon it might be longer than 20.
It's 10:48, so let's see if this time is correct. And throwback to the Chesington video if you haven't seen it. I am 1.4 metres big. So, as you've seen, we've done 13, which I really liked. We've done Rita, which again is good. It's a bit rough. There's a lot of gaps and a lot of airtime.
Yeah, but we just did Hex, which was worth it.
Yeah, it was fine. What we were doing is waiting for the skyline thing to open back up because it's got technical difficulty, so that we could take that over to go and do Nemesis and Galactica. So we thought, we might as well go into Hex, which had a 20-minute queue, although I think it took more like half hour to see if that meant that it opened, but it didn't. So we're now wandering our way over to Wickerman.
Probably.
What do you mean probably? We either are or we are?
Yeah, we're going there and it might go like 2-hour queue, even though it says 45.
So that's where we're heading over to. Queue time seemed to be about an hour for all the roller coasters.
45 to 45 to 70.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a lot of change, so from what I've heard from the little bit of research I did before we came, that's actually quite decent wait times. Like Wickerman and Smiler have been over 2 hours and over 3 hours since it opened up again in April. But yeah, it's been a good day so far. We're at, I can't tell the time because my cardigan's covering it, about midday.
12:40.
12:40. So the park opened at 10. We got in just after, and we've done 3 rides in 2 hours, 3 hours. Which I guess is not that much to be fair if you think about it in that way. But yeah, there's a lot of space in Alton Towers. I didn't realise there's a lot of bits that they haven't put rides in and could possibly put rides in. But maybe that's the aesthetic they're going for. When I came, when I was like 11 odd, I'm sure that lake had swan boats on it. My little
Disneyland vibe.
swan stuff.
Maybe it's not COVID permitting.
Well, it doesn't look like there's any swan boats there at all anyway. We haven't actually been on that side of the park yet, so...
That's where we started, but yeah.
Well, we walked that way, but we didn't really look at anything, so we'll get over there at some point.
Yeah, a festival looks like.
There's music on that stage. So yeah, there's a look at the crowd down this path for you. Can't see his face.
Make sure you look down to the earth. It's quite a sight to behold. Your first stop is a mysterious place that we call Sector Tower.
Galactica, aka Earth, and Nemesis. I'm used to it. It's been in a loop. Oh, not too much.
A little bit wobbly after Nemesis, but all good. Bring your rides.
So we have 2 of the big thrill rides left to do, and it's about 3:30. The park's supposed to close at 5.
Yeah.
So
They've both got that now, too.
it's a bit touch and go whether we get them both done. But we have both done Oblivion before, so yeah. Although I've heard that's 14 loops and you're not flat for very much of it, so we'll see how I cope with that one. I'm normally fine with rides. I just think a bit lack of sleep and a bit of dehydration. And maybe we should have done the looping ones this morning rather than saving them for the afternoon. But actually I'm surprised there aren't as many looping coasters as I thought there was. Yeah, good day so far.
Yeah, we've got to drive back after this. I'll drive.
I did say we should have stayed another night. I didn't listen to it. Moved to a bench rather than a rock. What I didn't like about Nemesis is that he pushed Pete's harness in and it locked really tight to him, but
It's too tight for it.
mine flapped all over the place. There was so much spring in that. I wanted it tight so I couldn't move anywhere. Hey ho. It's obviously safe. I live to tell the tale. It's obviously fine. as per, this is sometime later, but I have a reason, because when you saw us go on Wicker Man, or you saw us queuing for Wicker Man, the heavens then opened while we were on said roller coaster.
Made it extra fun for me.
I mean, I wasn't too keen on being slapped in the face by raindrops. But then on in, it sort of rained on and off, so it was more difficult to get the camera out. I had planned on filming an ending in our views by the frog fountain, but it was raining, so we couldn't do that. So we are sharing it with you now. Just to add, we didn't end up going on the Smiler, because I did not feel like my body would have coped with 14 inversions, as it was already feeling, or still feeling, a bit dodgy from Nemesis. So we decided to go on Wicker Man again and have a less wet version of that ride, which meant I could actually keep my eyes open because I wasn't being pelted by rain. But yeah, overall, I certainly enjoyed our day. You did too, didn't you?
Yeah, Wicker Man was my favourite anyway, and I enjoyed it with the rain because it just made it extra fun. Yeah, you liked 13, didn't you?
I think 13 pipped it for me, but that's because it was so unexpected. You couldn't see the track when you were queuing for it, and just all the stuff that happened there, I just wasn't expecting any of it, so I think that's why it was my favourite. I think if I went on it again, it may not be, because I know what's coming.
Queue times are good, 20-30 minutes usually, maybe
They
40
weren't.
max, 20-40 minutes.
No.
They were all between 20 and 40.
No,
There was
they weren't.
Nothing was less than 40.
We
More than
queued
40,
for a long time. We've queued for Wicker Man for over 40 minutes.
Maybe 45, it was no more than that. And that
We
was
queued
longest.
for Rita for longer than that,
No, that was
Yeah.
like 30-40.
which is 40 minutes, so that's over
Yeah,
your 20
20 to 40 I said. That's not, it doesn't mean, yeah, over.
And also, we didn't go on Oblivion or Smiler, which were over.
Yeah, those ones are longer.
We did manage to somehow, and it wasn't by any planning on our part, find the rides when they had relatively short queues.
That was my doing.
Not really.
Yeah, I was like, we should go here now because it's queue, and then this one's going to be less queue, and then it goes up and down. You can see them going in waves.
It was kind of luck, though.
I'm taking credit.
Yeah, of course you are. And the rain didn't affect the day at all. I mean, we managed to still get on pretty much everything we wanted to get on. We also went on Spinball Whizzer at the end of the day, which is basically Dragon's Fury in Chesington, if you haven't been on that or seen my vlog from there. But yeah, weirdly, we didn't get hungry while we were there, which is why we have shown you nothing of food. So I don't really know what the options are or what the prices are, because we had... Did we eat a curly whirly and half a dairy milk? That's what we ate while we were at Alton Towers. And thinking of it, maybe that's why I didn't feel very well after some of the roller coasters. Would you go again?
In a while, yeah.
Yeah, I think we'd probably both wait until maybe there was something new, or it'd been a few years.
It was 10 years since I went last time, so probably another 5 or something at least.
To be fair, if someone said to me, do you want to go to Alton Towers?
Yeah, you'd probably
I'd
go.
probably just go.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest one for us in London to get to. Thorpe Park, Chesington are much closer for us to get to in London. But as we were up in that vicinity and neither of us had been for ages, that's why we chose to try Alton Towers. Plus, as I said, lots of new rides for us to try out. All in all, I think it was a good day. The car parking monorail thing is a bit dubious. We ended up walking both ways because we were going to queue to get the monorail on the way back because our feet were kind of sore.
Queue was massive.
But we got into the building and then saw how big the queue was, and it wasn't moving that
That's because it was
quickly.
raining, I think, why it was so long.
Yes and no. And then actually trying to get out of the car park, a little tricky because people blocked us in a bit and they were all going in the same direction.
Go
which
up
I
the
don't
top,
get.
not down the bottom.
There you go, that's our tip. Unless everyone else is going up the top, then go down the bottom. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!